Good day, everybody. It's Audrey Bertoni here again today with the weekly essential oil video. So this week our featured essential oil is frankincense. It's one of my favorites. It's the one I use every day for prevention for me. So there is a few things. There's three things that I want to tell you about frankincense. So the first thing I want to tell you about frankincense is it's freaking amazing. But that aside, frankincense has some properties that are just amazing. And here is a few of them. It's immunostimulant. It is anti-inflammatory, it's an antidepressant, it's a restorative, and it's anti-cancer. So yes, I said it's anti-cancer. And just a little history about myself. So in my family, I have had a few different history issues. So my grandpa died of heart disease when my mom was quite young. So I never got to know him. So, and then my uncle has had 5 bypass surgery. My grandma had diabetes a little bit later on in life, but she had diabetes, right? Then 2 of my aunts have had breast cancer and went through that whole issue there. Then my mom got her kidney taken out and they said it was a bit cancerous. So I am all into prevention. I am now getting to the age, so yes, I am 50, and I am getting to the age now where I don't want to have to deal with that for sure. So I am doing preventative stuff for myself to help with not getting that for sure. So, and frankincense is one of the big ones that I do to help with my preventative as well. So, like I said, frankincense is really good for cancer and tumors. So for me, what I do is I take it, and everybody's like, does it taste good? No. And does some of the stuff we eat taste good? No. But it is good for us, this one, for sure. So what I do is this. I just take the bottle, and all I do is just open my mouth and put it under my tongue. Couple of drops. Like I said, does it taste good? It's not really the greatest tasting thing, but I do a copaiba, and now we're going to do this one another day. But the copaibas like cannabis or CBD, right? It doesn't make you high, just so you know that. But I then chase it down with copaiba. There it goes. So those two I use for prevention for me. So I don't want to get cancer. Not saying it's going to really help, but I believe that all the studies that are shown on PubMed.com. So if you go to PubMed.com and you put in frankincense, you will find all these different peer-reviewed studies on cancer and frankincense. So I'm just going to leave that with you. You can do your own research for sure on that. So it's also good for seizures and trauma. Definitely put same thing under the tongue. So anybody who has seizures on a regular basis, put it under the tongue. Not saying it's going to totally cure what you've got, but it definitely will reduce possibly having the seizures. It will reduce possibly getting cancer and tumors and stuff like that. So definitely into prevention. It is also good for helping with Alzheimer's disease. So I have half-timers. It's not quite Alzheimer's yet, but it is half-timers. And I just don't want to go through that as well. So I do things like rosemary and frankincense to help me remember. And if you remember from the peppermint one, peppermint also helps with memory. So I'm using all of these oils in my daily life to help prevent things from happening. And then, you know, if I do have a sore muscle, then I can use this stuff to help. So another neat thing about frankincense is that when you apply it with another oil, so say peppermint for a muscle ache, if you apply a couple of drops of the coconut oil, a couple drops of peppermint, a couple drops of frankincense, it helps. Frankincense, what it does is it actually enhances the peppermint's property to help your muscle from 5 to 7 times. So anything you use, I always put frankincense a little bit with it, just to enhance that property as well. So Alzheimer's, dementia, and brain injury. So anybody who's had any kind of brain injury, I always suggest start using frankincense under the tongue. Like I said, doesn't taste good, who cares? Just as long as it helps, right? What it does is frankincense breaks the blood-brain barrier. So when you put it under your tongue, it goes immediately into your brain. I remember in one of the other, I believe it was peppermint, I said that, and oregano, that antibiotics cannot penetrate our cell walls because they are made of a fatty, kind of oily tissue, right? But we've got essential oils that actually penetrate through that. Now our brain has even more of a cushioning, so that when we hit our head on something and we go, ow, it doesn't rattle our brain around and mishmash so we forget everything. But when we have hit it really, really hard, it definitely moves it around, and that is like an anti-inflammatory, it inflames, right? So we need to bring that down, and that's what frankincense does. It helps bring the inflammation down in our brain, so that way our brain can start healing as well. So that's for brain injury and frankincense. It just helps with that as well. Good for depression. So put some wild orange, put some frankincense, boost that mood just lovely, right? Good for wound healing and wrinkles. So I use the doTERRA cleansing. This is the cleansing one, but I use the whole system. And it has frankincense in it, especially the Immortelle. So the Immortelle has frankincense in it, and it's very, very good for wrinkles, for sure. So frankincense helps with wrinkles, for sure. Scars and stretch marks. So ladies who have stretch marks from those babies, apply it to your stretch marks on a consistent basis, though. This is consistency, and that's what I'm learning, right? Is everything is in moderation and consistency. If we just, I'm going to just do it now, never do it again, that's not how this works. How this works is consistently every day doing a little bit to have that big reward. All right. It's also good for sciatic and back pain. Now, our Deep Blue, which is I'm going to be doing in another video, and our Aroma Touch, which is our massage blend, in another video. If you add it to those two, this is just the bomb, man. Absolutely. And another thing, remember I said in that little capsule? So I said in this little capsule, if you're really having some really, really, really bad pain, what I would suggest is doing, sorry, just getting my marjoram, is doing 5 or 6 drops of marjoram, all the way around, 5 or 6 drops of marjoram, and then your drops of frankincense. So 5 or 6 drops of frankincense in here. And what we call this is, we call this the morphine bomb. So if you are having really, really bad pains in your sciatica or in a muscle, or you just generally have arthritic pain all the way through, marjoram and frankincense in a capsule, try that daily for a while and see how that is, and then stop it and see how you feel. So what I do is, I don't do that every day, but I do the Deep Blue capsules. So, and it has frankincense in it. So amazing. Frankincense also boosts your immune system, and it gets into your cells and actually repairs them. What I love about this is I'm taking it internally, hopefully I'm going to go back in years. I'm a very active person, and I love to, play sports and be out in my garden and ride horses and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to be my age. I'm going to go backwards. I love the age. The maturity for sure of this age is amazing. But, the physical aspects about it, definitely want to keep at a lower age for sure. So, cellular support for sure. Liver detoxification and jaundice helps with that. Here's another one that helps with autoimmune diseases. So combine, remember I said, frankincense added to another oil helps with autoimmune diseases. So absolutely add that to the other oil that I did for autoimmune disease. Good for warts as well. I did an oregano oil one about warts. So you can add this and that together will help. Good for congestion, cough, and allergies. Breast cancer prevention. Did I say I have 2 aunts that have breast cancer? All about prevention. Who wants to go to the doctor? Nobody. So why don't we prevent it with natural solutions? Absolutely. I'm so excited about that. Immune system and cellular health, meditation, prayer, and focus. So most of the time, if you've ever been in a Catholic church, they, especially at Christmas time when they do that, that's frankincense, right? And it's interesting. Some people say, because on the bottles, on the bottom of our bottles, there is an expiry date. Plus, there's a number on the bottom that you can go to the website sourcetoyou.com and it'll tell you everything about this bottle. But it has an expiry date on there. And doTERRA, for legal reasons, had to put that expiry date on the bottom. The only oils that actually expire within, 2-3 years are citrus oils. So make sure you use your citrus oils up really, really quickly. But in the tombs of Egypt, they found frankincense and myrrh in the tombs of Egypt. And they were over 2,000 years old and they were still good. So if you are using essential oils and you haven't used them, I always say, how long will essential oils last? Longer than all of us. We're going to be in our tombs and frankincense will still live on. So that is kind of a neat little statistic there about essential oils for sure. But that is all I have to tell you about frankincense today. I hope you enjoyed frankincense. It is one of my favorite. I use it for everything. I think I have 3 or 4 bottles everywhere. When I can't find it, I'm freaking out. So I love your comments on how you use frankincense in your life, to whether it's preventing, whether it's using it for whatever you have to help heal it. The comments below would be greatly appreciated. Also, my website, takecareofyou.info. I'd love to interact with you there for sure. There's a bit more information. And you guys have a great day. Take care of you. Bye.